I refuse to help my aunt financially because she sided with my horrible ex-husband.
You gotta side with OP if you want the bling bling.
It's true. If you're either with me or against me. Okay? I am a 40 female single mother raising my 2 children. My ex-husband cheated on me and was very abusive.
Dude, there it is.
He left me for a young woman when I was 26. I, by myself, worked hard and came up to the position where I am now. By the way, this comes from user personal platform 2585. And if you want to submit your stories, go to the r/OK storytime subreddit. So, I'm currently earning 6 figures and doing well. So the background story is my family didn't support me during my divorce, though they were well off, and I had to move states to find employment and affordable housing. Most of my relatives blamed me for ruining the family's reputation, specifically my mother's side, the aunt I'm referring to. She spread rumors about me and insulted me on many occasions and kept talking to my ex and feeding him all my information, which is insane of the aunt to do. That's crazy.
Why is she upset? Is she upset because OP divorced someone who cheated on them?
I had to go through court battles for custody for my children by myself while this aunt supported my ex, spreading rumors and helping him gain custody for 2 years. Finally, I managed to get custody of my children, and we are happy. Recently, my aunt has been calling me and requesting financial support and asking me to help her children get jobs. So I told her to go and ask from my ex who she supported. I don't know if I am the a-hole here, but my mother thinks it was unnecessary and I should have supported it. So Reddit, tell me, am I the a-hole? Oh my God. I am so sorry you could ever think you're the a-hole in this situation.
You don't owe money to anyone, even family.
Facts.
And someone who went behind your back, who was trying to go against you in legal court battles with your ex, and who was spreading rumors about you, has the audacity to ask for money.
Literally, a key piece of why you didn't have custody of your children for 2 years just came around and was like, money, please, money, me,
and you're like,
money, me need now.
Get out of my face.
Who are you?
Get out of my face.
You're my enemy. Whoa, I didn't expect so many supportive responses. Thank you guys. After reading your responses, I realized I wasn't wrong to refuse to help, and I'm going to stay firm in my decision. When I posted here, I was having doubts. In my culture, we are expected to respect the elders, even if they are total a-holes. And because my mother was trying to guilt trip me, my mom always guilt trips me to get her way. And right now, I don't want that toxicity in my life. So thanks to you guys, I'm decided I'm going to cut contact with my aunt and her family, and I'm going low contact with my parents for a while. I'm meeting my mother for lunch tomorrow and letting her know my decision, and we will gradually start to address the issue in our relationship and try to mend it. There is probably going to be water work, name calling, and telling me how much of an ungrateful child I am, but I'm going to stay firm in my decision.
Shout out OP.
Yes.
I love someone.
Stay firm. I will update you guys if anything interesting happens. You guys are amazing, and something interesting definitely happened because we've got an update.
We got an update, baby.
So we are going to go do a Scrooge McDuck dive head first into the treasure trove that is OP's update. Hey guys, I have an update and it's a long one and hopefully the final one. So I called my mom and asked her to meet me for coffee the other day to discuss something important. I didn't tell her the reason deliberately because I was afraid she'd bring my aunt and try to gaslight me, and I didn't want to deal with that. So we met at a cafe close to my workplace. And after small talk, I told her I need to discuss how I feel about my aunt's behavior towards me and the entire situation. First, I told her it was hurtful that my own mother dismissed the hurt and damage my aunt caused me back then. And she speaks as if it wasn't a big deal. Mom didn't take it well and said my aunt is a brutally honest person and she intentionally would not cause me harm. And I should have been more understanding of the situation because family comes first. Oh, if family comes first, you should tell the aunt that, who was taking the side of OP's abusive ex. Sorry, was he already family?
I hate that sentiment. It's like your needs and pain don't matter because family matters more.
Yeah, it's
it makes me upset.
It's the logic there doesn't hold up at all.
It makes me really upset.
I couldn't believe what she said. I told her she spread rumors about me, supported my ex during the custody battle, and now she wants my help?
Yes.
How is that helping? And where the family comes first, and where was the family comes first rule when I was struggling alone financially and emotionally while working, trying to complete a degree, and fighting a custody battle? She said, quote, "You're always so dramatic. Can't you just let it go?"
Oh, so
Which is,
dismissive.
Again, yeah.
So dismissive.
I told her, this isn't about being dramatic. This is about protecting myself and my children from toxicity. I showed her all the hurtful text messages my aunt and my cousins had sent me during my divorce, calling me a stupid W, which a stupid gardening tool, for leaving a rich husband and destroying the family's reputation, blaming me. It's my fault that my ex abused me as a woman. I should have known how to keep a man.
Pull up the receipts.
Sorry, I was
Grappling
just my flabbers are gasted by that.
Yeah.
So
100%. Show your mom. I mean, and she is, but
She
that's
is,
great.
right now.
It's like, look at this. This is wild. If family comes first, this is not what that is.
OP says she was surprised when she saw the text because my aunt had told her an entire different story. She has convinced my mother that she's trying to get my ex and me to sort things out before going into a divorce because of the kids. And she had just advised me, but I blew up on her and my cousins, so she talked to my ex to convince him to go to family therapy, and all she did was in good faith. So
No.
she's
lying.
horrible liar.
She's lying to her sister.
So I told her she betrayed me and you supported her. Do you have any idea how much that hurt? It is hurting that you believe her sister without even asking my side of the story and decide I'm in the wrong and unreasonable. And I don't understand why you refuse to see what kind of a leech and horrible person the aunt is. My mom started crying and told me she's always looking out for her sister because when they lost their father, my aunt was just 6 years old and my mom was 15. Because grandma was working long hours, my mother was the one who was taking care of her, so she basically raised my aunt and became a second mother to her. So she got parentified. And grandma passed away when my aunt was 20, so she is the only family she has left.
Okay. That is useful context.
Complicated. It's always more complicated than the surface will tell you. So I asked her, why isn't she and dad helping her with money? Apparently, she owes my mom and dad a lot of money already, and dad has refused to help and told her to return the money she owes them back, and has told mom if she gives money to my aunt again, she can go and live with my aunt because he's done being a cash cow for her sister.
We're going to get back to the story, but Sam, you have a copious amount of something.
What, John?
X's.
I have like 4 or 5 or 6.
I heard of 6 with a 0
All
behind
right,
it.
that 60 number, comes from somewhere else.
Where does that come from?
It comes from our OK Storytime membership.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
And it's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Join a club almost as exclusive as Sam's X's. Well, let's get back to the story.
So she thought I would help my aunt to pay back the money she owes to dad, and later on she could convince dad to help her again. Which, by the way, it sounds like you're facilitating or enabling a negative behavior in your sister.
She is, because she's parentified and like has these extra protective triggers around her sister.
Yeah. So she said she knows my aunt's way of dealing with situations is different, and she's sorry my aunt was a bit harsh to me, but she didn't mean any harm. That's how she is. Now she's stressed of raising her kids alone because her deadbeat husband has left her to fend for herself, and we should be more understanding of her situation because as a single mother, I know how hard it is. I was trying hard not to break down in front of her. I said, no, she hurt me deeply, and I can't just forgive and forget. You weren't there when I needed you most. You are defending the aunt who made me feel like I was the one in the wrong at my lowest and was fighting for my children alone. Thank you for standing on business.
Yes.
Thank you.
Pop off. Exactly what needed to be said.
Yes. I told her that I love her, but I need to do this for my own sanity. I need some space to heal, and I can't keep doing this. I'm done with the manipulation, the emotional blackmailing, and gaslighting, and now I need to protect myself and my children.
I'm so proud of the boundary setting in all these stories. This is amazing stuff.
This is a very good way to go about this. I need to cut out the toxicity, so I'm going no contact with her. And I'm telling dad about the conversation we had today. Also, I will be canceling the credit card I have given her to help with bills and groceries because I'm sure she's using that to spend on my aunt. But I will keep paying for the health insurance because I don't want them not to be able to get medical treatment. And that's it.
Wow. So not only is
Measured response.
not only is the mom like, hey, you need to give money to the aunt, but OP is already like financially supporting the mom right now. And she
Which I
which
think
adds
culturally
to the weight.
is kind of expected wherever they are. I'm not sure where, but there was a comment at the beginning of this story. The OP said, like, culturally, it is expected to kind of jump. You say when, for the elders
Good
in your
context.
family.
Yeah.
So she pleaded with me to not tell Dad, and she'll return the credit card back to me because things are already not so great between her and Dad because of this. I told her I'll think about it, and please don't try to contact me until I decide to talk to her. If she needs the situation to change, maybe in 1 or 2 years, if I feel so, we can try family therapy and try to have a relationship. But right now, I need space from all of them. She was just crying and saying I've misunderstood the whole thing. Look at that. She's still refusing to acknowledge you. She's just trying to say that you're understanding wrong. It's like, no, you're just not hearing me when I say my aunt straight up was basically abusive to me. Like in my lowest point, she sided with the devil essentially, and I was chopped liver. So
OP is saying, I'm in pain. I was hurt. I was betrayed by this person, and the mom goes, you just don't get. You're misunderstanding.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was a miscommunication.
It's so whack for her to say that, and that's again, go ahead and go no contact for a couple years. I just got up after she said that and walked away and paid the bill, and I was on my way out.
Sure, that
I
makes
knew
sense.
no matter what I achieved, how much I helped them, or how forgiving I am towards them, I was just a disappointment to them, and I held the place of the emergency ATM in her life. After reaching home, I couldn't hold on, and I just broke down, realizing my parents don't care about me and think so little of me is a hard pill to swallow, and that is rough. We all have a breaking point, but you know what? I don't even know if that's the case. I think maybe your parents just don't have the tools in the tool belt to care for you in the way that you need.
I agree.
I'm sure they care about you.
I think it has more to do with the mom's relationship with her sister.
Right.
And her being placed in a role where she needs to protect her and defend her and can't come out of that mentality to see the pain that her own daughter is having. I don't think it's a lack of care. I think it's just her brain is like stuck in this configuration and can't get out. And it is very hurtful and awful at the same time, and you have every right to not want to be in a relationship like that.
So if that is how they feel about me, I'm going to prioritize my family, me, my son, and my daughter, and move on. And by the way, if you're feeling like you want to move on from here, you can move over to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, where you can listen to full episodes with stories like this. Just go to whatever podcast platform you prefer and search OK Storytime. And there you will find us.
They'll have less triggers.
I feel like we could kind of get away with no triggers on this because it was just at the very top.
Yeah,
it didn't really go in any detail about it. It was just the context.
It's more,
but as we got out of it, I think, on that last story. But my God, we do have a little bit of story left. I think we've spoken our piece about this. I think we know exactly where we stand here.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and finish it off.
Hit it.
So, and I'm not going to tell my dad about my mom and aunt's plan for the money. He never once supported me or defended me, so he can deal with it. And honestly, I don't care. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I will miss them for sure, especially on holidays, but they are just toxic, and my dignity is more important to me. So for Christmas, me and the kids are going on vacation to some tropical country and enjoying the holidays.
You deserve it.
It sounds like a W for OP. Simplify. Yes. Thank you guys for convincing me I wasn't wrong in my decision and helping me realize how toxic my parents were. And that is the end of that story.
Good job for
Beautiful.
setting boundaries.
Mwah.
Good job for treating yourself. In the wise words of Parks and Rec, treat yourself.
Treat yourself.